During the Wilson administration, the United States found itself confronted with World War I. We need to understand the main causes of World War I along with the immediate cause before we can move on too far. MAIN is actually an acronym. M stands for militarism. The Europeans had saw their military budgets skyrocket during the early 1900s. A stands for alliances. We can see that there is a series of military alliances that emerged in Europe based on cultural experiences and so forth. Germany with Austria-Hungary, Britain with France, and so on. We'll see the chart in a second. Imperialism was also very important at this time. Imperialism meant that these countries were conflicting with each other. They were competing, just like the spheres of influence in China. We can see that the countries all were out to get their own, and as a result, they were competing with each other, which meant eventually the militaries would be brought into play. And lastly, probably most importantly, is nationalism. A nation is a group of people with a shared cultural identity. They share a language, religion, other characteristics that are important. Now, not every nation has a state. A state is a political border. So sometimes what happens is you have a series of nations living within a state. And this is especially true in the Empire of Austria-Hungary. Austria-Hungary was made up of a number of different nations. Among them are the Bosnians, the Serbians, the Herzegovinians, and the Austrians and the Hungarians themselves. Now what happens is sometimes some of the smaller nations want to have their own state, a nation state. And that's what happens as the immediate cause of this war. Those main causes are all the tensions that are going on in this time period. The immediate cause of World War I is when Archduke Franz Ferdinand of the Austro-Hungarian Empire decided to go to Serbia to celebrate the Austrian Empire. This happened to occur on a day of national celebration, and a group known as the Black Hand attempted to assassinate Ferdinand, successfully carrying it out. A young man named, I believe, Giovanni Principis assassinated Franz Ferdinand, which triggered a chain reaction which brought those alliance systems into play. And what would have normally been a small incident of an Austro-Hungarian being killed by a Bosnian led to this chain reaction of the different alliances all declaring war, which led to this big worldwide affair in Europe.